the value of our data on social media platforms, because as we discussed in the previous part, when it is social security number, when it is credit card number, when it is address, and this type of things, we quickly understand the value of this type of confidential data that we may leave with some websites. But really, is there any value for the data, for example, we have on our Facebook, or for example, the data that we have on our YouTube account? Let's discuss this more here. Now, in the advancing world of big data, media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other big companies have the ability to collect information about you. That's correct. But the question here is that type of information that we leave with them is valuable? This data is collected through your device, Google searches, and things you like and post that can help to determine hidden attributes about you that you didn't even know you were sharing information about. So, the answer to the question I asked is this. Maybe the data itself that we leave with these platforms in their raw shape, not that much valuable. But because of a science that we call it data analytics, from that data, great information could be inferred. So that's the reason you see here. That type of data you leave helps to determine hidden attributes about you that you didn't even know you were sharing information about. For example, you say, I have never shared anything about my, for example, uh, mental health in any of these social media platforms, but with something that they check based on your searches, based on your posts, based on likes you do, many hidden attributes are discovered in a way that it is part of the suggestion to improve the security of social media platform, that with every click that you do, an alert comes in front of you and tells you this click can tell us more about, for example, your mental health, your physical health, your politics orientation, or any of those things. Now, in this situation, are you willing to continue or not? Big data companies and scientists, based on this data, build personas about you that can determine your age and gender, what you like, and much more. That's the secret behind Cambridge Analytica scandal. Essentially, big data companies are creating computer-based personalities based on information collected from your devices that end up knowing more about you than your family and friends do. So the answer to the question is that, is the data I share on social media platforms valuable? Absolutely valuable, in a way that makes those people who know data analytics well and they have access to that data they make them to come up with some hidden attributes about you that maybe you yourself don't know about, let alone your friends and families. Let's set together some of the common algorithms, some of the simple algorithm in this regard. For example, how they know your close friends. You have your friends, you have connection, and for example, in your LinkedIn account, not everybody in the friend list is really your friend. Sometimes you are connected, sometimes we are connected just because of some commonality. Okay, maybe one of us has graduated from the same school 10 years before the other one. But exactly, these platforms know which of the people in your contact list have what type of connection with you. Social media applications such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have the ability to keep up with your friendship by monitoring your status, relationships, and activities updates. Media applications can predict who your close friends are. But these media platforms also have the capability of finding the friends you should add to your networks. So how exactly is that done? Maybe the first time you started your Facebook account, you got surprised. For example, you started your Facebook account on your computer and you noticed the friendship uh, suggestion very smart. So here in this bullet, it is talk about that. Unless you pay attention to the terms of agreement when first creating your account, you might have missed the request to access your phone and email contacts. Facebook, according to the Washington Post, specifically requests your permission with this as a way to scan your contacts to find similar users on your social media sites. And remember, my friends, not any of these things are, in my opinion, because they just want to increase the quality of your experience with them. Remember, we are not talking about things that are the only part that was not ethical, and that was the reason it faced um, fines, and the main company, the third part company, filed for bankruptcy, and you see all these fines and these meetings with Congress because that was unethical, because of sharing all those data directly with third party, with a third party company. But for example, here, when you are registering over there, they ask you, they tell you in the terms of the agreement, something that we usually quickly click and we don't read it. Over there, it asks for your permission to access your phone and email contacts, and it is for uh, knowing more about you, to increase the quality of your experience. By the way, it is my opinion. As I told you, still we don't have we don't have stood out, we don't have distinguishable rules in this regard that says that it is ethical, it is not ethical, or it is lawful, or it is legal, it is illegal. So that's the reason I'm saying that that's fine, because I remember the first time I noticed that it surprised me, because it found some of my friends that even I have not talked with them, for example, for 5 or 6 years, and I didn't still at that time put any information on my Facebook account, and it noticed and it gave me some friendship recommendation from my hometown, and it was very strange. And after that, I noticed, and as you can see here, many people don't know about that. Facebook, according to the Washington Post, specifically request your permission with this as a way to scan your contacts over there. So it is some of the way I told you we are gonna see some of the easy algorithms over there. Over here, by checking the statuses and also the updates that you have based on the contacts you have and everything, it noticed who is your friend, who is your close friends, who is your colleague, and that type of thing. Okay, how they know your interest. For example, how they know you are interested in soccer, or how they know you are interested in football, how they know you are interested in hiking, how they know you are interested in comic book, and like that. How often have you logged into Facebook or open your web browser and seen ads for your favorite band or the power tools that you need to finish your house renovation? Pretty often. It happens a lot of time. Media platforms have this really weird ability to track users' behavior and browsing history. And who can deny that our browsing history can tell a lot about the things that we are interested in? For example, just go and review your browsing in the last week and see how much it can tell about the things that you like. For example, if you have searched about cars, if you have searched about universities, if you have searched about jobs, it can tell a lot about you. So that's the point. You see here, media platforms have this really weird ability to track users' behavior and browsing history. Any social media that you use has that tracking ability. By tracking users' Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter likes. So not only it checks the history of your browsing, the search, that tells a lot about our behavior. Also, they check track of the likes and dislikes that we have, as well as Google searches. Media platforms and networks are able to generate a general idea of what your interests are. Let me correct this, what your interests are. I hope this is correct. Okay, so pay attention to this, my friends. Google searches, and likes. So in that way, they can come up with the idea that what this person is interested in. And the last one that I want to review with you is the fact that how they know your latest moves. It's the easiest ones. You agree with me? And now we are quite familiar with this option on every app because it sometimes sends us more than our patience about requests to constantly check our GPS, check our location. By using the location services provided by your device, media platforms can know where you are at all times. By using your device's location data, different media platforms can market cafes, stores, and even friends that are in your area. And it is something that we really want, especially when we are on a trip. And for example, we are walking in the street and it suddenly sends us a suggestion for a restaurant based on the interest it has discovered about us.